play this game using touchscreen controls? This was a terrible day to eat ribs for lunch. Pokémon Café Mix is Nintendo's latest addition to the Pokémon franchise. It's a free-to-play tile matching game on mobile devices and the Nintendo Switch that released on June 23, 2020. It follows in the footsteps of the several smartphone apps before it, but with its own twist. Café Mix spices things up with a unique system for linking tiles and uses some memorable visuals along the way. But is it unique enough to warrant a spot on your mobile device, or does it fail to stand out from the rest of the free-to-play crowd? Well, after playing this game for the week, I have some things I want to say about it. I go by Capture Reviews, and these are my thoughts on Pokémon Café Mix. And since this game doesn't really have a story or too many surprises, I think I have the right to say that there are no spoilers ahead. Pokémon Café Mix opens up with you, Leah, and Eevee opening up your very own cafe. In order to make some money and keep business booming, Leah leans on you and Eevee to run the kitchen and make the orders that Pokémon place. And what's that? I think I hear our first customer walking in. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Of course it's Charmander. Fuck you, Nintendo. Alright, Charmander wants a latte, so let's get brewing. To complete a Pokémon's order, connect as many identical tiles as you can to reach a certain score, and perhaps remove some objects from the board as well. On the Switch, this can only be done using touchscreen controls. Why? So make sure that your hands are clean before starting. Where this game stands out, though, is the way you connect these adorable little tiles. Café Mix uses a physics-based connection style that requires you to move all over your touchscreen to try and line up certain tiles and power-ups. Unlike other tile matching games, this game allows you to connect tiles all over the screen regardless of what's in your way. Start a chain of Eevees in one corner and drag your finger all the way over to the other side to keep it going, shoving the other tiles out of the way. The catch, though, is that there's a time limit when connecting, so you have to plan out your moves before starting a chain. Along with this, you'll befriend Pokémon with your coffee and pastries as you progress and complete their orders. Once you become good enough friends, some will offer to come work at the cafe with you. And holy shit, look at how cute Charmander looks in his uniform. Forget what I said earlier. As you might have guessed, certain Pokémon are better suited to tackle levels than others. For example, Eevee is an all-around type of helper, while Charmander is best suited for drinks. Eevee's power-up takes out tiles in a small circle formation, while Charmander's takes them out in a straight line. And if you're having issues with these levels, there are power-ups you can use and buy for real money using, dare I say it, microtransactions. Thankfully though, the microtransactions are not horrible and are entirely avoidable in your 100 level journey. Now all of this sounds like a crazy fun time, right? This game is literally like every other tile matcher, but with Pokemon in it and a gimmick that's really boring. Most of the time, as you can see here, I just rub the screen of the Switch all over until my time ran out, and then I just happen to have a chain of 20 or so tiles. Sure, there are moments where you have to focus your chain to certain areas to clear sugar cubes or whipped cream, but all in all, there isn't any real strategy. It's just smudge your fucking screen. To be fair, maybe as more levels are released and more obstacles are made, it'll get more strategic, but for now, clearing out objects or guiding them to the bottom of the screen is run-of-the-mill content for these kinds of games. I also found the responsiveness of this game to be iffy on the Switch when using your finger, so you might want to adjust the sensitivity and work with a stylus here. Otherwise, you'll be starting chains with the wrong Pokemon and wasting a move, and God forbid Snubbull doesn't eat today. You may slip up on a level every now and then, but for the most part, just smudge your way to victory and you'll be fine. Fuck it. And that's all you really need to know about the wonderful gameplay of Pokémon Café Mix. As you'd expect, later in the game you'll encounter more Pokemon helpers, expand your menu, reach harder levels, and so on and so forth. Oh, you just want to expand our building? Yeah, no, thanks for consulting me, Leah. I see my input is bullshit to you. We don't have bills to pay or anything. Our marriage is in shambles. This game really doesn't stand out from the other tile matchers, and it just comes off as a standard one with a slab of Poke paint on it. However, I gotta say, Pokémon Café Mix uses a beautiful storybook art style, and my god is it cute. The Pokemon have had their colors toned down and washed out, and the little drinks and meals they make look delectable. Everything looks like it was drawn by hand and belongs in a children's book, which perfectly goes with the bubbly, happy theme this game has. The sparkle that appears on screen whenever you touch it is also a great little detail that needs to be featured. Along with this, making long strings of connections highlights the chain in a wonderful hue of colors that heightens with every additional tile. The visuals alone save this game for me. I'm not that interested in this genre of games, but seeing the Pokemon portrayed in this art style kept me here for a little bit longer. Musically, there isn't much to talk about here because the game only has one or two tunes it plays on loop. They're the kind of earworm tracks that are catchy enough but also won't drive you insane from hearing them repeatedly. The funky, upbeat style of music helps keep this game's happy-go-lucky theme, but it's nothing to write home about. So, is Pokémon Café Mix worth downloading? Well, for $0 on your device's app store, Sure, I guess. This game is nowhere near a masterpiece, but if you like these kinds of games and like Pokemon, then yeah, go for it. The chain system for connecting Pokemon tiles is okay, but there isn't much strategy to it, so again, it got old just rubbing my Switch's screen over and over. The visuals are this game's saving grace, but even still, it doesn't stand out from the rest. As far as tile matchers go, this game isn't any worse than the other hundreds of games out there, but it also isn't much better. It's on the easier side, so you'll be able to rip through these 100 levels quickly until more hopefully come in. On my first session, I made it through about 20 levels or so, and I lost interest very quickly after that. I think Pokémon Café Mix is just okay, but since it's free, I'll cut it some slack and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's pretty repetitive, and the fact that you can only play using touch controls on your Switch is a big turnoff for me. It's a free-to-play tile matching game with top-tier visuals and a decent gimmick, but other than that, don't download this game expecting anything mind-blowing. If you want an okay tile matcher on your mobile device, and love the Pokemon franchise, then by all means, this game is just the match for you. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my thoughts on Pokémon Café Mix. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.